What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Rage in the Cage with BamBam and Schwaggs. I'm your host, Frank BamBam Horak.
And I'm your host, Mikey Schwaggs. And with us, back from vacation, is our producer, Tough Tony.
Is that what it was? Vacation?
Well,
Whoa.
it was a one-day vacation.
I had some things I had to take care of. I had to get some things, on lockdown, whatever that means. I've heard that somewhere before. But
You have trouble speaking sometimes, don't you?
Dude,
That's why he's behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
all
we
right.
never show you on camera.
It works out
it's early in the
perfectly.
morning, and it was a long drive in from Jersey. And no, we have a great show for you guys today. We got some UFC news, maybe a little baseball, anything with sports you think of. These guys right here going to talk about. Bam Bam Schwaggs. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you there, Tough Tony. Yeah, I think first we're going to get into a little around the world of sports. We'll talk about...
Around the world?
Around the world, yeah, let's go
You can say
around the
around
whole
the
world.
league.
What league are we talking about?
Well, no, we're not talking
Exactly.
about any
So
league.
around the whole
World.
genre of sports, if you will.
Whole genre.
That
That's a
makes
big
sense.
word for Bam
Hey,
Bam.
boom! I nailed
It's
it.
only 5 letters.
It's still spell it. It's tough. Anyway, let's get right into. Thank you, Tough Tony. All right, let's get right into it. We'll talk about Prince Fielder, 9 years,
What?
$214 million with the Detroit Tigers.
Wait, what was that?
With the who?
Is that their new name?
I think
With
that's
the
maybe I mentioned.
Detroit Tigers.
Detroit Tigers. There we go. He signed with them. Didn't really see that coming.
Nah, I didn't see
That
it
was
coming.
a big surprise, going where Papa Cecil played, which was even a more surprise to me because they don't get along in real life.
Yeah, no, I heard they have a...
A little
Kind of
gripe,
a-
if you will.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't like each other too well, father and son, which is sad to hear. But yes, Detroit, they needed to replace Victor Martinez. He's most likely gone for the season.
Torn ACL.
Yeah, it's a big bat to lose, so they replace him with a big bat, Prince Fielder.
Yeah, but that's really all they're replacing is just the bat. The guy, he doesn't field the ball well.
No.
He can't run well.
Nope.
All he is really is a bat, and you're paying somebody $214 million to hit.
Yeah, and that's why I found it a little interesting that Vegas now puts Detroit as the favorite.
Which
Before the signing, they were like 15-1. Now they're like 4-1. The favorite, they're going to win it all.
now the favorite before Detroit was the Angels, I
believe it was the
believe.
Angels, yes.
Which
Which,
makes
yeah,
the most
I mean,
sense
they have
after
the
the
best-
signings they made.
Best rotation on paper, at least in baseball. Is
Plus
the
adding
Angels,
CJ
and now you add Pujols
And
So
CJ
bad.
Wilson.
Well, yeah, but I know he's in the rotation, so they have.
He wasn't in the rotation last
I know.
year, and they had the best rotation.
Or I don't know about
Yeah.
that. Eh.
Are you kidding me? Who had a better rotation than them?
I liked the Giants' rotation actually last year.
Did the Giants make the playoffs?
I don't think they did. No,
That's what I thought.
did the Angels make the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they got knocked out.
All right. Are you sure?
Nope.
Ah,
But listen, I don't pay attention to baseball that much. What do you expect?
should get on it. We're doing a sports show for God's sakes. Pay attention. But
Yeah,
anyway,
well, baseball is. I'm so tired of this.
All right. Well, pay attention. Prince Fielder now with the Tigers. Vegas has him as the number one team. Do you agree?
No, I do not agree.
Who's your number one team?
The Angels.
You think the Angels are the
I
top
think
team?
I think the Angels are going to be the top team going into the season. The Pujols signing was what they needed. They needed a big offensive bat. They had the pitching already.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to argue the Angels. I think the Angels have the best rotation going into the season. Their lineup, I mean, listen, you're adding arguably the best hitter in baseball, Albert Pujols. Outside of Pujols, though, that lineup is a little shaky to me. I mean, Torrey Hunter, Bobby Abreu, kind of at the end of the career. Not, they don't have a great offense still. And their bullpen also is a little shaky to me. But you look at all the teams around, I would have to put the Angels up there right now as the number one. I would have to put my Yankees up there also. I love the trade that they got for Pineda. I think that makes their rotation. That's how you say his name, Pineda.
It was just funny the way you said it.
Well, anyway, yeah, I think they have a very good rotation. Go with their
You don't
lineup.
mind getting rid of Montero for Pineda?
No, because usually the problem what the Yankees have had in the past is they trade some of their top prospects for like old aging players that past their prime. The Pineda is 22 years old. I mean, throws 98. He had a great rookie year.
And he was playing with the Mariners,
He's
who
playing-
have
exactly.
give
Playing-
no run support whatsoever.
No, not at all. So I think he's going to do very well in New York. And yeah, I don't have a. I mean, Montero was viewed as a DH. So you're trading a DH for a potential number one, at the very least number two type starter.
Now,
So I like the trade. So I put them up there. I put the Texas Rangers up there. It's going to be interesting.
back to the Yankees. And you were talking about trading their top prospects. You see this 19-year-old kid coming around for the Yankees? No, you haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him.
He hit 17 home runs.
Oh
Double
yeah,
A
the
last
catcher.
year.
Yes,
The catcher.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's,
Well, he's still like another couple of years
he's
away.
only 19.
I know. No, that's why. And they also have another great catcher, Austin Romine. That's why getting rid of Montero, because they didn't even view him really as a catcher. He was mainly just going to be a DH. And with the Yankees have a lot of aging guys, you're going to put A-Rod in the DH, Jeter in the DH, give guys some little rest. So that's why I really like the move. I know I was a big fan of Montero, though he had a perfect swing for Yankee Stadium. But I think getting, like I said, a number 1, number 2 type pitcher at only 22, 23 years old, and plus when you have like the catcher you mentioned in the minors, Austin Romine in the minors.
And you still got Cervelli.
And you still got Cervelli as a solid backup, Russell Martin. So I thought the trade made a lot of sense.
Okay, yeah.
So I like that. So yeah, I think the top 3 teams right now I would put in at least at the AL would be, I wouldn't even put the Tigers actually. And still, I mean, listen, Fielder, Cabrera, Verlander, they have a good team. But I would go with the Angels, Yankees, and Rangers as the top 3 teams right now.
That sounds good if I could butt in.
You can butt in. That's what you like? That sounds good to you, Tony?
Yeah, I like that.
Usually we toss it to you. You don't just butt in.
I know.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. And all this talk about the Piñeras is making me hungry.
Piñeras.
All right,
What's
this
his
is why
name?
cut his mic
Pineda.
off. This is why
Pineda?
we'll only talk when we go to you because you just go crazy. What about the, in the
Let's get
NL?
a
So you got
Pineda.
Franco
You
flustered
got
over
me
here
flustered
now.
now. He's like, don't get food
Let's
on
get
my
a
brain.
Pineda after the
Food
show.
on my brain.
Let's get a Pineda.
It's panini
Panini.
you're looking for. That's
I know,
the word
but-
you're looking
But a
for.
Pineda sounds pretty good.
That doesn't even sound like anything. All right.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tony.
No problem.
All right, so we have our top 3 teams in the AL. NL,
I won't even. The NL, I mean, you got the Phillies. They're always up there.
I like the Marlins this year,
The
too.
Marlins, they're going to make some strides, making the signing with Reyes.
Got your-
It's
got
going to be
your-
dominated by the NL East, I see. I see the Braves up there, too.
Braves, yeah. Braves got a solid team.
The Brewers lost Fielder, so they're going.
Cardinals
they're going,
lost Pujols.
Cardinals lost and LaRussa. LaRussa retired. Who else? Who else was up there? The Dodgers, maybe.
Well, Dodgers got a bunch of problems.
They don't even know who's owning their team.
I think, yeah, if you're looking at teams, I think obviously the AL this year,
The AL is so
at
much
least on
stronger.
paper, is definitely a lot stronger than the NL. All right, we still got plenty of time before the baseball season starts. Also, let's move on to a little football news. A couple of new head coaches,
Yes, there were. Raiders and the Colts hiring new coaches.
both defensive coordinators. The Colts going with Chuck Pagano, defensive coordinator from the Ravens. And the Raiders got Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator from
Can
the
I say
Broncos.
something about the Raiders?
What did we say before? We'll throw it to you if you want to say something.
This is a good one, though. The Raiders head coach now is the first defensive-minded head coach since John Madden.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, that was actually some good
That
analysis.
was actually coherent and it made sense.
That
We
was good.
appreciate it.
And that's what the Raiders need. They need back that defensive-minded set to, get back to the playoffs. Get back to
Absolutely.
being on top like they were with John Madden.
Good job.
Good
Tom
job.
Tony.
Thank you.
Well,
I told you, I
going
know
with
what
that,
I'm
actually,
talking
all right. So let's start off with the Raiders then. Dennis Allen,
Not many.
not obviously not a big name, not a sexy pick as they would say.
Who says that?
People say that. I've heard
never
it. The
heard
sexy
anybody
pick,
say
coach
that.
thing. All right, well, that could be another catchphrase then.
Well,
Boom, sexy
you do
pick.
not want to use that
Yeah,
catchphrase.
probably not. Yeah, you'll never hear me say that again. But anyway, Dennis Allen, he did. When you look at the Broncos with all the Tebow mania, Tebow magic, they were winning those games 10-7, 14-10.
Sloppy.
It was the defense that was keeping them in it. So, I could guess. Listen, they weren't getting obviously like a guy like Bill Cowher. John Gruden wasn't going back there. So if they want to give, a new guy a shot, I think, he walks into not a bad situation, actually, the Raiders right now. They have a very good running game when healthy, McFadden and Bush. Carson Palmer, they obviously gave up way too much to get him, but now that he's there,
way too much.
they could do a lot worse at quarterback. He's not a Pro Bowler, not a great quarterback, but he's a solid quarterback. They have a solid young defense. I like the Raiders. They were 8-8 this year. A new coach, like Tough Tony had said, defensive oriented, could be good. What do you?
I'm laughing at what you said before, defensive oriented.
All right. I was hoping you were just going to start the talk
No,
now. And
definitely
focus on
heard
that.
it.
All right.
You know what? I do like the hiring. The Raiders, like he said, they haven't had a defensive-minded coach since John Madden, and I agree with that. They need a defensive-minded coach because the Raiders always played smash-mouth football. That's what that's what they were known for. They were the dirtiest team in the NFL. They always hit you hard whenever you played them. So I really like the hiring. I think the Raiders are going to do some big things next year.
Oh yeah, I like the Raiders. So we give a thumbs up on that hire.
Yes, definitely give a
All right,
thumbs
let's
up on
move
that.
up to the Indianapolis Colts.
And before we get into this hiring, did you see well, because I know you're not into the whole social media outlets, you're very
I still haven't
old
got
school
onto
and
that.
everything.
Very private.
Guy doesn't
man.
even have a Facebook, and
I
it's
don't have
2012.
He's got to stay off
What
the
is
grid.
that?
Stay off the grid.
Okay,
Right.
Jim Irsay, the Colts owner, tweeted a couple of days before he hired the coach that if any fan was able to guess who the Colts would hire as their next coach, they would receive 2 Super Bowl tickets.
I did hear that. Yes, he has a lot of time on his hands right now, Mr. Irsay. And
Pagano was my guess.
I never heard you guessing Pagano.
Pagano was my
In our
guess.
talks, Tough Tony, did you hear him say Pagano in all the talks that we've had about coaching?
We
I
never
haven't
had
heard him
any
say
talks
Pagano.
about coaching.
I haven't heard him say Pagano.
That's because we never talked about coaches till
That's
now.
probably I didn't hear you
Well,
say it.
speaking of Pagano,
Okay.
though, I think that was a great hire
Frank,
by
hey,
the Colts.
can I talk? I mean,
Oh, please, go right ahead.
You just put in your 2 cents about Allen for about 2 minutes. Can I speak?
Well, this is Raising the Cage with BamBam, but all right,
You
go
say
ahead.
you hate when I interrupt you. You force me to. All
All right,
right.
well, speak.
I love the hiring of Chuck Pagano. The Colts have not had, like, we're going back to the John Madden and the defensive-minded. Colts have never had a defensive-minded coach, I think, ever.
Well, it wasn't Caldwell was defensive minded.
Yeah, and they went 2-14 this year.
Well, that was without Peyton Manning. The year before, he took him to a Super Bowl, and they were 10-6 the other year before that. So I wouldn't.
Regardless,
Regardless, all right.
They
This is
haven't-
why I don't let you speak that
they
much.
haven't
It don't make
had
any sense.
they haven't had a defensive-minded coach. Caldwell was not a defensive-minded coach.
He was a defensive coordinator before he took over as a head coach. I would call that defensive minded.
He didn't do good then.
He took them to a Super Bowl, and they went 10-6. Thank you, Tough Tony.
Okay, so
Okay.
what do you think about this
Well,
guy?
listen, I'm a big fan of Chuck Pagano. I think
Yeah,
it
you're
was,
a big fan of him?
I do. I think it was a good hire. Again, though, he walks into kind of a tough situation. I don't think Peyton Manning's going to be there next year. So obviously, they're going with Andrew Luck. So he's going to walk in with a rookie
But
quarterback.
you know they're going with Andrew Luck?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that they're going with Andrew Luck. I mean, I don't know.
I would
For
take
sure.
RG3 over him.
Well, they're not doing that. That would be a huge surprise if they. I would say
Why-
they sold on Andrew Luck.
Why would it be a huge surprise? The guy won the Heisman this year.
That doesn't mean a lot of guys.
Heisman
win
doesn't
Heisman.
mean anything
No.
anymore, man.
Jason White won a Heisman, never played it down in the NFL. Ron Dane won a Heisman. Look how bad he was. I mean, just
He
because
was
you won a
good
Heisman.
He was good for a while.
Did you just
I
bring
would
up
say.
Ron Dane?
I did. Well, he's talking about how because the guy won a
Ron
Heisman,
Dane
he's going to be
sighting.
good. Just because you win a Heisman in college, between college, this is college. Well, you can't see my hand on the camera. This is the NFL. It's a big difference. I mean, listen, I think RG3 is going to be a good quarterback.
Who do you think is going to be better, him or Luck?
Luck?
No. I think RG3 is going to be a better quarterback in the NFL.
Agree
to disagree.
That's right.
That's what Frank says. Agree to
Absolutely.
disagree. That's another one of your
Absolutely.
catchphrases.
Write it down.
Frank's
It is a
got
catchphrase.
catchphrases.
I do have a catchphrase.
They're all stupid.
I don't know about that. I think you're getting a little upset because I proved you wrong about Pagano being the first defensive-minded coach in a while. But anyway, getting back into that, he walks into a tough situation. You have aging receivers with Reggie Wayne. Other receivers can't stay healthy. Andrew Luck, rookie quarterback. It's a tough situation. I think Allen walks into a better situation with the Raiders. And whoever thought you'd be saying a coach is walking into a better situation going to the Raiders than the Colts. But I think that's how it is right
It
now.
makes sense. The Colts went 2-14 this year. The Raiders were 8-8.
Well, all right. Thank you. All right, well, hopefully that's it for our football talk. When we come back, we're going to get into a little MMA. Hopefully Schwaggs over here pulls his tampon out and calms down a little bit.
Oh.
And we'll be back right after this.
You're a dick.